They finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood set, right? Not even close. It's a total shit.
Well now.
Everyone find your assigned seat and sit down. Hurry up now. Hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. Alrighty. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also means it would be easy for anyone to transfer their attention and miss anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Alrighty, let's see. Who's gonna betray whom? The deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly debate, a deadly class trial. Oh, of course I'm gonna save my data before that. Thank you. Actually, I don't need to save it. I'll just resave this over here. There we go. There you go. Okay. Set skills. I do have skills, right? What is it? Increase your true bullet rate of fire, effective during the non-stop debate, and the bullet time. Interesting. I'll keep that. Increase the damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet battle. I don't know what type of battle we are having, but that's the skills I have. Kyoko gave me an extra SP, which is good for me. Open handbook. Okay, let's see. I have so many truth bullets, right? Yeah. So let's go. Let's go and do this. I'm pretty sure I can do this. Let's save it over here. Yes, it override. Ooh, alright, let's go. I'm ready, let's go. Class trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay, everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
I have something like that was coming.
Friendship penetrates?
Oh, stop!
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
What? Were the 16 people invited and one of them didn't come?
First
Is that
up
what
is the
happened?
case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
Who do we think killer is? Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone else's lives are online. Your first non-stop debate is about, would you like to hear more? Absolutely, man. As things progress during the class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak over one after another, without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you will have to use your truth bullets or to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullet you have found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Then fire the left mouse button. Pay close attention to character's statement and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. You can review the controls. And good luck and have fun. What's gonna be the first statement? Evidence of struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Okay. Ow, that was wrong.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Something's off about what she just said. Because if Sayaka didn't resist at all, there is no explanation to what happened in the bathroom. For this, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lie or contradiction, the argument will repeat. Some words appear in different colors. Did you notice? A possible weak point. These weak spots reveal important though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's literally wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by okay, good luck, have fun.
I assert that the one who has murdered. What? Yeah, who knows?
And the murder took place
In the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
That's
she
it.
didn't even have a chance to
That's it.
resist.
That's one. That's the one. I want to use it. Come on. How do I do this?
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka.
Yeah, and the murder took
In the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her by surprise. She didn't even have a...
Okay, wait. If you choose the wrong statement or truth bullet, you will take damage if your influence gauge is 0. That will focus this determine how much concentration you can do. By holding down the space bar, you can concentrate and slow down the passage of time. This will consume your focus gauge. When a cat is shocking, this is a weak spot and represent. Oh wait, I have to attack this. I see. There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, this is like Ace Attorney.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
No, there was clear signs that she was fighting
She must
outside.
have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Yeah.
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Because it is one. Right. Let's see what everybody has to say. Kitchen knife set, okay.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Wait, that's wrong. It's a kitchen knife set.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. It is interesting.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Yeah, I found it.
A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
That is true.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second. I'm...
Wait, somebody is awake already?
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
True that.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find out. Because I know damn well I'm not a killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop repeat. Yeah, sure. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. Time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. It'll also study your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes focus gauge, and can't concentrate, but focus gauge will recover in over time. So let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Good luck and have fun. Okay, I can actually be fine with what they say. So it doesn't matter. Aoi's account. All right. That's the thing, right?
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret.
Wait. Wrong. Wrong.
No, it's wrong.
Right.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Yeah. I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. When I finished the tea and went back into the kitchen to look at my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Okay, that was very like I wanted a little more energy into that. I don't know why. There was no oomph into that.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
I doubt it's Hina. Like right now, I'm thinking about it. I feel like it's either
Sure, but
Leon.
can you or anyone else prove that?
Because there's Leon written on the behind
I guess.
Sayaka. I feel like this
That's
case is simple because
Sakura
it's the
was with
first
me
case.
the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's... Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
What?
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah.
Here's a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together?
That's a girl and a girl, my dude.
Unwholesome.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
But if it wasn't either of you, Then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Junko? Are you talking about?
Sayaka.
Oh, Sayaka.
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Ah. Okay, so the person who took the knife from... That has to be Sayaka. Sayaka.
I got it!
Sayaka.
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Yeah.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
I'm guessing.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You
That
possess
is
most
wrong.
terrifying talent.
They're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
The first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear? Yeah, sure. As things advance further into the class, Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. We'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and letters already known. Oh. Okay. If you shoot down a wrong letter, you will suffer damage to your influence gauge. If you run out, you will fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. That should have been the screen of the should have been at the scene of the crime, but wasn't. That must be something crucial. If we can figure out what that something is. Okay, this is the Hangman's trial. What is it that is? Hangman's Gambit. 4 letters. Hair, right, hair. There we go, hair. That's what was missing. Hair.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
I am not
Are you sure
indeed.
we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Yes, there
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain
The
that the killer
doorknob.
had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
And the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Where is it? Bathroom doorknob. There it is. This one had been broken. Yes,
I
that
got
one. This one.
evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Yeah.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh, yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
It was bewildering. Oh, yeah. There is a bit more to learn about a non-stop debate. Sure. Number of weak points will start going up. But no matter how many weak points, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is that not all weak points you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail or to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone. Because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which one is a weak spot, determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Good luck and have fun. Alright. I have to see which one is a lie and contradiction. Bathroom door frame. Right?
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Okay.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yeah.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her,
Right.
and they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
It has to be the lock one, right?
The incident took place. Sayaka was first. She then fled into.
Then the killer ran, and they got into the back.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door because Sayaka had locked it.
No, it's wrong. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only
Yeah.
ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
That's right.
Huh? What are you talking about? My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door. That's not lucky at
I'm totally unlucky here right now.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually couldn't be locked. Important detail about the scene on the crime that they did not know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
Yeah.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Because the board signs were changed.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yep.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
What would that be?
Oh, you.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Even I don't understand that.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key
No, no, no,
somewhere
no, no.
and the culprit picked it up.
No,
That's
the keys,
possible, right?
The keys were in the room.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
True.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular. Yep. There's no cycle because evidence replica switching rooms. Makoto's dying message. Not door, don't tell. Senator Bond, shit. Okay, wait, it's right over here. Switching rooms. Yep. Traded rooms and the victims.
I got it!
That has to be it. There's no other
Because
evidence.
Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Yep.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Whoa.
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the name list to make sure you don't get it wrong, right?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy
Wait, where did she get a
crap.
pencil from?
I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
I did not.
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Sayaka wrote it.
but why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them.
I knew this was a setup.
You got an
I just knew it.
invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation. What young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Alright, I'm paying attention. What do you have to say? Okay. Dom nameplates. Okay. That's the evidence I have to go.
Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yep.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Okay, I see where I have to stop it. Okay. I see.
Sayaka and Makoto got in the note, but it specifically says,
I see.
then they would have gone to
Exactly. The room.
That's the one. That's the one. Physics. Yeah. The dom plates were switched.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Yep.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
Yep.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Yep.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Yep.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other. So switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the
True
one
that.
who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
It was Sayaka.
Okay, then who did it?
Sayaka.
I got it!
It was Sayaka who switched
Me
it.
and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Just us. Yep. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the
She
wrong room.
specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms.
She wanted to
Why would
kill
anyone
someone,
do
but
that?
she got killed instead.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Nope.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
It's because when you look at it, there's no doubt. Okay, wait. I got this. There. A glittery. Yep.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there.
Yep.
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Don't say the obvious thing, dude.
See. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
In my room, and what led to Sayaka's death. That's what we need to make clear. I have a non-stop debate. Sure. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But you just have, but just like with the weak spot, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. From here on out, you will have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute the statement. Okay. You will take damage to your influence gauge. Rotate the cylinder. Okay. Okay, I see. I can use mouse wheel too, right? Fewer bullets will be loaded in the next cylinder. Into the cylinder. Logic difficulty is set to mean. Well, then good luck and have fun. Okay. I see. I see what that logic difficulty came from. So I have 3 bullets. What the heck? Okay. Not bad. I can do this.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, wait. What? What would if the person with the sword really did attack first? There's no explanation for how a certain part of sword got damaged.
When
Oh,
the
right.
fighting broke out,
Sheet.
the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Oh shit, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched.
Oh, I got it right? Oh, I got it
See?
right.
There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Yep.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked
No,
Sayaka
it was
before she
Sayaka who
knew what
attacked
was
first.
happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Yep.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
It's a wrist. Which part of your body would you touch? A broken wrist.
Shoot!
A what? Seriously not? It's... If you wanted to use a sword, which part of your body would have you touch? Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
That's my mistake.
You know that just by looking at her palms.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
There was no time for that.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not
What?
it at all.
Because there is certain regulation that talks about the things of water can't remove it. The water was off. Ah, water was off, right? The water was off. That's right.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet. You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheep with the kitchen knife was...
I've been the one without the sword.
I got it!
Sayaka.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka. Yep.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Yep.
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
I told you I'm not falling for it, crocodile tears.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired.
True.
She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! The Because...
Hey, hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this
It's
mystery.
Leon, right? It has to be Leon.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
I committed to finding out who killed her, but what do I do? There's nothing left. There's one thing left. Dying message. Yep, that's the thing left.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! Die! If we don't do something, we're all
Okay.
gonna die!
Yeah, let's do this.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide it, but there just aren't any more clues, right?
I have to do it this one.
No, it's wrong.
Yep, there are more clues.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Yep.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037.
That's Leon. If you turn that around, it's Leon.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Wrote the message and I can prove it. Latex, yeah, left index finger. There we go.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure, I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
That's
Don't
Leon.
these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little brain cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037,
That's Leon.
doesn't make any more sense than before.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Yeah. I know who it is. Select someone. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Leon, 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 Leon. Leon, where is it? Leon. There he is.
Here's my answer.
It has to be Leon. There's nobody else.
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing
Lena had
180 degrees.
Lena had her alibi. The only one who had the other person who I had a doubt on. She had her alibi. So.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
Yep.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all.
Yep. The first one I think so is simply easy
She
because
wrote
it's the
that
first one.
message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Yeah. Yep. Where is it? This one. Yep, that's the evidence.
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something else about it we need to pay attention in order to figure out where it was supposed, how it was supposed, when it was supposed. Where? If you focus on the killer, it will become clear now. Where it was destroyed, you're talking trash. Anything left? Oh, great. So that's not the one. How it was disposed of? Yeah, how it was disposed
If
of.
we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
There was another way to use the incinerator without being Oh right, I know. I know what it is. Yep, shattered crystal ball, that's what it was.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
That's what I have to do.
You'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy
Okay, wait. I didn't hear everything, but I'm pretty sure that's the one I have to catch. Now because...
Hold on. I think
Yeah.
I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but
But how would you use it?
in a certain way, which was throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Yeah, right. It was on.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate.
Yep.
Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
It's possible.
Absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
The ultimate baseball star, yeah. He's the ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how...
Hey man, I was trying to make friendship with this guy. And he was the first guy to get... it was Sayaka technically.
Surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
I feel sad for Leon, you know, it's just because it's self-defense, I can clearly see that. But man...
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then, Makoto. Go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
It's about to begin. Would you like to hear? Of course, this is the first time I'm playing this game. I want to hear it. Every case has one of the class element during the as one last element to bring the class trial to end. This is the closing argument. You will be given complete summary of the case. You will have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of comic book. You will notice that in the comic there are a number of missing pieces. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, you get a hint that might lead to breakthrough. Good luck and have fun. Okay. Okay. So, first thing is first. That's there, that's there. This has to be here, right? Oh wait. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, that's right. Wait. This will go there, right? This will come down. Oh wait, that's where this goes down, right? Wait, I have to say this correctly, right? This is where this goes, right? That's where this will go. Yes. That's where this will go, right? Okay, wait. That's where the ball goes. So wait, there is more clue or is it just... I know this goes here. Yeah, she was writing the name and everything. Let's keep that. Let's put this here. Oh, this is something I have to pay attention on. Okay, that's where her knife goes down. She's definitely there. She'll write that over here. She comes over here. This will be over here, I guess. Yeah, this is where he gets the arm, right? This is where he gets the arm. the incident began. Oh wait, there's more to this, right? So, oh my god. Okay, so this is where it starts. This is where he was starting. This will be here. That's the starting point, and that will be here. So that will be here. This will be here. Oh wait, that will be here, right? Right? I'm doing this right? That's Sayaka. Sayaka went there. Sayaka went there. She tried to kill him. Then he defended himself. And then he hit his knife. That will make it fall down. Then he was going in there. Then he picked up the knife and everything. Then after that she wrote the name. Right? Oh my god. This will go there. No, wait. The tent will go there. Tent will go there because that's up. Oh, that's the right one. That will go there. So whichever is remaining is the one with. Yeah. I think so. We got this. Right? Reenact. What do I need to reenact? I don't know. This is the right one. He went to meet. He got this. Okay. He's defended himself. Then he after that hit it. That made it fall to the ground. Instead of this, put this in there, I guess. Yes. That's right. Is that
The
the right
killer
one?
is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
He went there. Right?
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
Yeah.
From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them.
Yep.
She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Yep. I got that right. Yeah, everything went right.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
I need to rearrange the events. Okay. I got almost everything right. So that wasn't the right one. So I'm guessing this has to be the right one. After that, this one. Over here, I guess. I still have a good chunk of life. Like, I have all my lives left.
During the struggle.
Nope. Oh, I got it right.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife.
Yep.
Finding herself cornered, the killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
Oh, I got it right. Alright.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife,
Got inside.
and stabbed Sayaka.
Yep.
But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message.
Yep.
To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
Yep. They got everything right.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed.
Yep, that one little piece is all that he got
Part
stuck
of the
on.
shirt they'd
Yep.
thrown into the fire, burnt away, and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
It's you, Leon.
Isn't that right, Leon?
There we go.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
What evidence? Sure. What is this supposed? Your opponent simply won't hear what you have to say. When this happens, you'll engage with them in a head-to-head battle. aka the BTB BTW. Okay. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across. Okay. Where's your destroy the statement you have locked on with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Okay. Keep this going and you'll initiate the tempo up. If you keep missing, you will get this tempo down situation. Okay, so watch for it. Deal enough damage to your opponent, their weak spot will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll become victorious. If your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Okay.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Okay, time to get to this tempo battle or whatever it is. The moment of truth. Okay.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me!
Oh wait, what?
Stupid. You lied! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
Oh wait.
You lied! Shut up!
Wait, what is happening? I don't know what is happening.
You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid!
Wait, which button do I have to select again? I don't... What was I supposed to do? What? Wait. Yes, please.
I refuse to give up yet.
Please give me another try. I don't know what I was doing. Wait, can I not? I can't save, right? I have to see this again. Wait. I was just like, okay, मेरे को click करना है. That's what happens. Sometimes even your opponent simply won't hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage with them and try to adapt. I read all of this stuff. I thought I was doing it right. You want to destroy your opponent's statement in time with the rhythm. Match your button with each tempo marker as they move across the screen. Right mouse button to lock onto an opponent's statement. Okay, what? Destroy the statement you have locked onto it. Okay. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, let's try and do this, okay? I think so I know what I'm doing now.
When the killer removes...
Okay, let's hope this works fine. Let's hope this works fine. Alright, moment of truth. That's true. Let's try it.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
I see.
You lied! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied!
Final strike. Let's go.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Alright, I got this. It was simple.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Yep.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Yeah. You definitely lost
So,
it.
you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Let's see how the execution goes. How is the execution gonna go? We got an A rank. A C rank? Oh, okay. Yeah, the final one we just screwed up totally. But we still got a total A rank, which is good. Not bad.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It's gonna be the right choice. Don't worry. Who is found guilty? Yep, Leon. Get Leon, boys. The one that killed Sayaka was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
You son of a bitch! I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So that's why none of you are any different.
Standing here, it was completely a complete chance that I wound up like this.
Just unlucky. That's. Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. When I think about it, honestly, I'd better be wrong. Because it came up with really is the truth. And the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. What I saw in there, if I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now that we are trapped, we are nowhere. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that to happen to them. And Sayaka. And that's why Sayaka, for her friends, that meant so much to her. That's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying on me to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me like that in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. I mean, to try and kill someone because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness. What did you say? Really, I do, yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger despair when they collapse.
That's enough.
Without hesitation. Her grip was light and strong enough, I was sure it would leave her.
Calm down.
Gonna give her a good walloping.
Yes, indeed.
Identity of the killer during the class trial. This punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I had to kill her.
That's it?
Is that okay?
When you were forced to your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? That shut herself in the bathroom. You went out of your way to head back to your own room.
Do you understand?
But you chose not to. Is it because you had an unclouded intent to commit
So that's why.
Oh.
You're closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed a precious Sayaka. Do you not understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. If it weren't for you, this would have never happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting the one who put us in this situation.
Unbelievable. Hey,
There is nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. It's people with that sort of mental that perpetuate all over the world. That's Baker with it. Anyway, more importantly.
Kills!
Okay.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Okay.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
I want to see what's the punishment like. I'm interested. That was a true phrase of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
I can't take it.
Well?
All the ties in the outside world and except living here forever. If every single one of you can get on board with that. And
Damn you!
What the heck? Say what?
dark, awful, secret society type of beer.
Well... Hey,
Oh. I'm not yet gonna read much. I mean, I'm gonna read, but I'm just gonna pass through. You guys can read it. I'm kind of feeling sleepy now, so that's one more reason why. My God. Not gonna lie, that was good.
What does this mean?
Good question. What did that mean? Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Hey,
Who exactly are you referring to? I need to save some for fun or some fun for later. Okay. What do you mean by everyone? Good question. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were too scared of being alone. Can we save? Can I save now? I can save now. So you know what? I'm done for today. As much as मैं normally एक ऐसे point पे save करना prefer करता हूँ जहाँ पे like अच्छा base ground मिले start करने का. I'm really feeling sleepy right now. I can't go on. I'm out of energy. Like I've been straight up recording for like about 5 or 6 hours now. I think so. I'm done. My energy is done. I think so. I need to go to sleep. मिलता हूँ अगले एपिसोड में. तब तक के लिए peace out.